I'm going to show you to get the ancestral art of double jump in Hollow Knight Silksong. So in order to do this, you're going to have to get to the Citadel, to the slab, to Mount Fay. The first thing you have to do, though, is you have to go to Mount Citadel and go to Songclave. If you first get here, there'll be a key over here. But if you already rang the bell in here, the key will not be there. Instead, you'll have to take a job to save the Wandering Merchant. In order to find the Wandering Merchant, you want to go to right here in the Choral Chambers, break this glass, go through here, go into this room over here, kill some enemies, and then he'll be hiding behind some bags over there. Then go back to the Songclave, and for 220 rosaries, you can buy a white key. The reason I'm telling you all this is because you need the clean grip. I have a whole video on that if you want more details, but I'm going to do the TLDR version. We're going to go down here then with that white key, go into this area, unlock this elevator, hit the elevator, and go down and go through this whole area. So like I said, this is a shortened version, so what we did, we skip all that. You go through the white ward, you'll end up right here. You're going to go to the left until you get to a bench, and you're going to want to rest at this bench because you can easily die trying to get the clean grip. So now what you got to do is you got to head over to the left, go down here, hit some switch or something to get this thing to go up. You're going to go outside, you're going to drop down over here, and you're going to drop down again. You're going to drop down all the way. Just be careful of the last bit because, oh boy, the last bit because it's hot down here, so you got to keep jumping, and these platforms will sink if you touch the actual lava, and, you know, you're in trouble. So now we're down here in the cauldron. We're gonna go through this area. It's basically a parkour challenge, and this is a very easy place to die. The drifting is your best friend in this situation, and these guys actually help a ton because they'll help you get a heal back potentially. So with that guy out of the way, now I can heal. Okay, let's move on. This is the hardest part of the whole thing right here, probably. You want to hang out right here, jump over to here, get up here. Now we're right here in the cauldron. So now we're going to go up here over to... Oh, not over this one. Whoops, one too low. We got to go higher than this. We got to go up here, hit this thing, and go through right here. So now we're right there in the cauldron. Then what you do is you go over here and you... Well, you're supposed to go over here with platforms, but those platforms are one time only, so they're not here for me anymore. But the first time you go through, there will be platforms that you can use. So don't worry about that. Okay, anyway. Over here, this is where you get the clean grip. You have to get the clean grip. Once that's out of the way, then we can go on to the double jump. The next thing you have to do is go to the slab. So you can either do this manually by just going from the choral chambers over to the slab normally, or there's a way you can get captured either in the far fields in one of the rooms over there. There's like a, I think it's actually just north of the, there's a bench at the center of the screen in far fields, just above that, technically in deep docks. There's a room up there once you have wall jump with a fly guy who has a cage. You get caged by him there. There's also one in Bilewater, which I don't have the map for, but it's somewhere over here just to the right of where I'm looking. And there's also a hidden room with a fly guy with a cage. There might be another one somewhere. I have a video on that if you want to see in the description of this video how to get caught and get imprisoned in the slab, and then how to escape the slab. So if you want to check out that way of doing it, you can do it that way, or you can just actually get to the slab normally by getting to the choral chambers and then going to the slab. Either way, in order to get to Mount Fay and in order to get the double jump, you have to go through the slab and get to where I'm at right now in the very bottom of the slab. And here's where you get a fast travel. There's a wall here you can blow up. You go out here, and then you'll be at Mount Fay. I hope you're ready for some parkour, because Mount Fay is a lot of difficult parkour, and it's on a timer because you take ice damage if you're in here too long. So everything you do, you have to do it fast, and you're going to use a lot of clean grip. So right away, you run to the chakra, you can get the map, you can warm back up here. Now we're right here at Mount Fay. We can rest here. And now it's time for some really hard parkour that's also really fast. So I'm going to clean grip to this. Going to jump up to this. Going to clean grip over to here, clean grip over to here, and these things will warm us up. So now we can go through these, head over to here. This first part is exceptionally difficult because you got to go fast. If you have Cocoon, I would just ignore it. So we got to run here, go here, go to here, go to here, up to here, hit this guy, go to here, hit this, bounce off. We got to clean grip that. And then get up here. Just barely made that without taking damage. But it doesn't get any easier from here. So the next part, we're going to go up here. We're going to parkour up here. We're going to clean grip over to here. Slide down to here. Slide down to here. You can warm up right here by just jumping a little. Then you're going to clean grip to here. Very carefully go up to here. Going to clean grip to that. Clean grip to that. Clean grip to that. Get all the way up here, and then get over to here. Now we get a little bit of a break here. Feel free to go to any optional areas on your own. Here we can get a little bit of our silk back in case we need to heal if we're a little bit short. And then we get to right here. Also, right here, you can hit this guy to try to get a little bit closer to a heal if you're not quite there yet. Also, if you want, you can wait here and bounce off this guy a few times and just keep doing this in order to get a heal back. So let's get him one more time. Maybe we need one more. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to need one more. So this is actually a great opportunity to heal. There we go. Now I can heal back to full. So we need to go through here. It's best just to re-engage the cloak every little bit. These guys explode. Oh, that one's going to hit me. Explode, and we're going to get down to here. Okay, now we're good. So if you healed to full before going down here, then it's extra good because you can also get your silk back right here. So, and I wouldn't even get all of it. I would just get back to full because you might need a little bit more because this part you can get damaged. So we're going to move on. There's going to be this thing right here that's going to shoot a laser beam. And it'll kind of lock on last second. And what you're trying to do is get over here and break this through and then get to the end like that. This next part is super challenging. You don't want to touch the water if you can help it. So you're going to get one of these. You're going to drift over. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay, that was awkward as could be. Okay, we got our first checkpoint here. So sometimes you just get unlucky with the cling grip like you saw there. I literally cling gripped them and it just threw me into him instead of hitting him. It's kind of a rare glitch, but it happens sometimes. But from here, we're going to go over to here. Going to hit this guy. We're going to touch this. Hit this. Hit this. Get over to this. Then from here, we're going to hit this. Touch this. Hit this guy. And go over to here. Then from here, we can go left, down, over to here and break this wall. Get into here. And this is where you better bring some rosaries. So I don't have them, but I do have a bunch of these. So I'm going to use rosaries. If you need rosaries, I have a 5,000 per hour rosary farm in the video in the description of this video. If you want to find that in that big blurb of text and find it, it's really nice. Anyway, now we have a rest point. So we got our first real checkpoint. Now we are right here in Mount Fay, all the way back here on the left. So now we got to do some more insane parkour. It only gets harder. So we're going to go up here, back over to here where we were. We're going to go up here. You can get these these rosaries if you want. We're going to go up to here. Okay, we can warm ourselves right here. And now for the hard part. Let's get going over here. Oh, if you hit your head, just immediately go back. You don't want to lose any time. So let's go back like this. Hit this. Hit this guy. Hit this. Hit that. Hit that. Hit that. Bounce off that. Hit that. Hit that. Bounce off this. And then right here we can warm up. Then we got to go over here. Go over to this. Hit that guy. Hit that guy. And then right here we're safe. Then of course they saved one of the most difficult parts for last. So we go into here and we got to do one of these. The first part you just want to do it real fast. This part you want to go slow though. Once you clear that, you can speed it up a little, but then you want to go slow again. Oh, right here. You can warm up right there. Definitely do that, or you're not going to have enough warmth to get to the end of this probably. And there we go. I actually missed that warmth in the middle, but I still got it in time. So the next part's a little bit easier. We just got to go through here. Hit this guy. Hit this. Hit that guy. And then come over to here. Now we're warm. If you need some silk, you can go ahead and fill up right here. Then you head into this room. Jump over to here. Watch out for the eyeball. Oh, the eyeball guy who's kind of blocking my route, isn't he? There we go. Head over here. Then from here, you're going to blow this wall up. You're going to go over here. You're going to hit this. Hit that. Hit that. Hit that guy. Go over to here. Hit that. Jump up to here. Go to the left, break this wall down, and now you have another checkpoint, another bench, and now we are right here on the map. So this next part is super difficult. Keep an eye on your silk, because if you don't kill an enemy, then you're not going to get enough silk back. You have to wait a second for it to come back. So we got to bounce off all this, hit this, wait for the silk, then go. Then we go up here, hit this, go over here, get in position, and then let go, and then go. Hit this guy, go over here, hit this, clean grip onto that, slide down a little, and so we can get around that like that. Hit that guy, go over here, and then this wall is warmth, and now the next part is also very difficult. So we're going to hit this, We're going to go up here. We're going to get past this. You want to go slow on this. You don't want to go super fast. And you can't double jump off that wall, even if your gut tells you to do it. And then we're up here. Now we're all the way up here in Mount Fay at the top. We go up here. From here, we just go over here, hit this, hit this, hit this, go over here. If you need to, you can use your clean grip there in order to make sure you clear that. Go all the way up to the top. Go over here, and we made it to the top. So if we inspect this, an ancient tuning mechanism, you don't have to tell it to play. It'll just, once you interact with it, it'll automatically make you play the needle in. So now we're going to sit here and hold triangle, Y, whatever button it is for you on keyboard. It's set at the bottom. And congratulations, you made it to the top of Mount Fay. This one was pretty rough. It's fun if you like parkour, so I had fun, even though I was cursing and stuff at random points going up. But it's actually not as hard as it looks. Like, with some practice, it's not so bad because there's benches. If there were no benches, it would be the worst thing imaginable. It would be unbearably difficult. But because there's benches, it's not so bad. I mean, you just got to get through 2 points or so, and then you get to a bench over and over again. So, but yeah, so that's the Faydown Cloak, and you press A or X, whatever, in order to jump again. So, fabled feather down, layered within the cloak, leap again while airborne, soar above foes, reach new heights, strike from above. One of the best things to get in the game. It's just, it clears a lot of stuff. It allows you to get a lot more stuff in the game. And yeah, so now you can jump and then jump again. It's not a very big double jump, but it definitely unlocks a ton of stuff. And in combat, it can be extremely useful to clear some things that would otherwise kill you. So just wanted to help you guys out with that. The final location's up here at the very top of Mount Fay. I can't even move the map up high enough to see it. That is how you get the Faydown Cloak and the double jump in Hollow Knight Silksong.